All right, finally, we got the patch notes for the first major patch for Path of Exile 2. I'm loving this game. It is fantastic. So I have been scratching my neck, excited for these patch notes to come because I just want to see, is my build going to be nerfed? I'm currently rocking the Lightning Shot, Lightning Rod Ranger, Deadeye. It's awesome. I'm plowing through maps. I'm level 93 at the moment. And I'm having a blast with the game. So let's dive right into the patch notes and see what's changed. It seems like it is a lot. Like, just looking at it, there is a lot of changes. So let's dive right in, shall we? Tomorrow, we're planning to release the patch 0.1.1 for Path of Exile 2, pending any last minute hurdles. This patch contains new endgame tower maps, checkpoints for map areas, respawn attempts for the Arbiter of Ash, as well as many monster changes, unique changes, improvements, and bug fixes. Please note that they are still subject to change prior to the patch's deployment. This patch contains new endgame tower maps. Oh, that's amazing. Checkpoints for map areas, respawn attempts. Okay, so they're reiterating what they just said. Okay. Added 4 new tower maps: Alpine Ridge, Bluff, Mesa, and Sinking Spire. And the Lost Tower maps areas have been revamped. I'll be honest, when I see a tower, I don't even I put a low one in and I just run to the end, hit it so I can put the precursor in and continue on the actual maps. I think they should actually address the fact that the tower maps suck for items, for mob density. It really does feel like it's just a skipping stone, as opposed to, you earning a huge view. I don't know. It just feels lackluster, and I kind of skip past them anyway. Even though they're adding new maps, new tower maps, it does seem nice, but I do feel like it needs to be revamped in a sense that it should be considered more of a map instead of just a stepping stone. Anyway, to address the problem that only having one attempt at the Arbiter of Ash boss fight, you will now have up to 6 respawn attempts at this fight. Respawns can only be triggered by the person who puts in the keys, and everyone in your party will be respawned at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you'll still need to fight the boss with the build that you walked into the map with. Higher difficulties of the boss will lower the number of respawn attempts you receive. We'll be looking to add respawn attempts to the other pinnacle content over time. I'll be honest. I don't know if I like this change here. I like the fact that maps can only be attempted once. If you die, the map is gone. I like the fact that if you die during a pinnacle activity, it's gone. You lose it. It adds such weight to these activities that if they slowly make it easier over time, feels like it's like for the game journalists who are complaining that the game's too hard. I like that the game is difficult. I don't know. That's just me. I could be wrong, but whatever. That's just my opinion on it. The Arbiter of Ash can no longer be interrupted during his Falling Flame Seed skill. His Flaming Gale skill can no longer be blocked. Well, I actually haven't gotten to the Arbiter of Ash yet. I've gotten all the keys. I've just been selling them and trading for better items. Arbiter of Ash boss is now invulnerable for longer during its emergence and now takes significantly reduced damage while emerging. Okay. Arbiter of Ash is now way less likely to target minions when using his sword, which could prevent some of their skills being used. All right. Added checkpoints to map areas. That is nice, actually, because some of the maps are massive. And if you're moving through a map and then suddenly you find out, the little skull appears where the last rare enemy is, and it's on the other side of the map, you're like, oh, great. Now you can maybe warp to a checkpoint that's closer. That's sweet. I like that. Map areas now contain a minimum of 3 rare monsters. Nothing is worse than putting a juicy waystone into a map that you're all excited about. Like, all right, I'm not excited, whatever. This is going to be a good map. And you get in there and you kill the first rare and the map completes. It's like, what? What do you mean complete? I did an Oasis. It's a pretty decent map size. Boom, first rare. Boom, complete. I ran through the whole thing because I'm like, there's no way that was the only rare. Sure enough. Yeah. So that's good. I didn't realize that was actually an issue. So now there's a minimum of at least 3. I think it should be higher. Map areas should contain a minimum of at least like 7. I don't know. 3 seems even low. Citadels can now appear closer to the ziggurat refuge. That's cool. I mean, I'm way far away now, but I do love that the improved visibility of the citadels on the endgame map. For those who don't know and didn't see the VOD that they released a couple days ago, you actually will see like this white spot, like light coming out the top of it, like there's a beacon on the top of the citadels, which to me is fantastic because it gives you like a route in the fog. I really like that a lot, actually. Maps now display their biome when hovered over the Atlas UI. I love that because some of the maps I had no idea what kind of biome they were, and it was like, I forget the name of it, but it turns out it was grass, and I'm like, oh wow, it didn't seem like it was grass, but for certain Atlas points, it makes sense that you would need to know the biome. Let's see, where were we? Added new Overseer Precursor Tablet, a currency item which can be placed in the towers to add map bosses to valid maps in radius. These tablets drop from map bosses and can roll exclusive modifiers that affect map bosses. That's cool. I like that. You can now add bosses to maps. That's good. That makes sense. They should, I mean, I feel like they should also add it for Corrupted as well, because why not? I mean, it's another modifier for maps, so you should be able to add every different type of map that's in the game. You should be able to manipulate that and add them. Although I guess maybe Corrupted is just one of those things that you just have to get lucky upon. I don't know. Map areas have been adjusted to have more distinct specialties for the content they contain. For example, one map might have a more total of monsters, while another is more likely to contain additional content such as strongboxes, essences, or shrines. Generally speaking, the more difficult a map is to clear, or the smaller it is, the more axes it will specialize in. Here's an overview of the changes we've made to give maps more discernibility. I like this a lot. This is great because I map a lot. That's basically where I'm at. Just moving through the endgame maps. A number of maps now spawn up to double the number of chests and twice as many minimum magic or rare chests. Chests are actually surprisingly lucrative. I'm just saying. I've gotten a lot of orbs from chests. A number of maps now contain up to double the number of monsters. I love that. A number of maps now contain 50% more magic monsters. A number of maps now contain 50% more rare monsters. A number of maps now have a higher minimum number of rare monsters you will encounter. Okay. A number of maps now have a lower minimum number of rare monsters you will encounter. A number of maps now have 50% more chance to contain essences. And then, of course, strong boxes and shrines. Maps that are only exclusively found in biomes containing citadels now have 50% more chance to contain essences, strong boxes, and shrines. Okay, I didn't know that there were maps that were only in like the citadel. Oh, yeah, okay, so the citadel fights, right? Because that's basically like the last level in each of the acts. Unclaimed hideout areas now have substantially more magic monsters and fewer rare monsters. I think that balance was fine. I don't know. I think they could. I mean, I'm long past. I have all the hideouts that are available in game. So like when I see a hideout, I don't waste a good waystone. I just put something low in and just clear it just to move through. But I guess, maybe for newer players, that's good. Monsters in Untainted Paradise have been breeding. Untainted Paradise now contains 100% more monsters, which spawn 100% more, thus quadruple magic and rare monsters. This is huge because the unclaimed hideout, the Untainted Paradise is the place that doesn't drop any items. It's just like you get like 500% experience gain or something, which is really cool. And I've actually, when I was almost 93, I remember I was like, I'm going to find one of those in the map and just try to farm XP. And I actually got to level 93 because, dude, the death penalties are brutal in this game when you get to the higher levels. So that's awesome. That's really nice. So it'll be a lot of XP. I think that was needed because it didn't seem like enough. It was just a normal map. All right. Improved the highlightability and clickability of shrines. Yeah, that's smart. They are often kind of annoying and you can't really see them. They kind of get lost in the mobs when you're fighting. Reduce the damage scaling of monsters in simulacrum encounters with added difficulty. Okay, so I tried simulacrum once. I got completely demolished. This was before my build really kind of locked in, where like now I have full resistances and I'm clearing really good. I don't know. I think I could probably handle simulacrum now, but I don't know when they say with added difficulty. So does that mean they made it harder? But the damage scaling is reduced. I don't know. We'll see. Adjusted the chance for maps to contain bosses. You will be encountering a boss roughly 1 in 4 maps. I love that because bosses are fun, even though they drop absolutely ass. But it will help, I think, with a lot of people's map sustainability, which I don't have an issue with. And the devs claim that there isn't actually a balance issue. It's like if you die and you don't get a new map, when you lose the map or the waystone that you used, then you're suddenly going to find yourself lacking. There was a time in the beginning when I was mapping, but I was dying a lot because I was learning maps, so learning the different enemy types, learning what kills you, the explosions, the chaos, Anyway. All right, let's see here. That's good. I like that maps are going to be filled with bosses. Radiant Waystones, Atlas notable passives now provide 50% chance for map bosses to drop a waystone of the current tier or higher. Okay. So it's going to be 40% now. I mean, they always drop them for me, but that's good. A small map boss waystone chance passive now provides plus 6% chance for a map boss to drop a waystone of the current tier or higher, previously 10%. Okay, good. Helps with map sustain. The I'm Not Afraid of You Delirium Atlas passive skill now grants Delirium bosses in your maps drop 100% increased simulacrum splinters instead of 50%. All right, cool. I never really got into the Atlas tree for Delirium yet. I have Breach maxed out, but the Delirium, that's kind of where I'm moving, is towards doing the Delirium stuff. Reduce the number of monsters and small chests from breaches by 15%. No! I think Breach was fine. Although you can get overwhelmed. No, I have the 40% increase in density. I think the breaches were fine. I think that's lame. Increase the number of simulacrum splinters found in maps by 20%. This is good because they are ridiculous to farm. Added dedicated 2D art for waystones that are instilled with layers of delirium. Cool, that's nice. So they'll stand out different because they look exactly the same when you instill them with delirium. So this will help differentiate them. I think that was a good change. Crisis Fragments, Breachstone, Simulacrums, and an Audience with the King now has more appropriate gold values to vendors. Okay, so they're worth more. I don't know why anyone would sell an Audience with the King. I think it's worth like 660 Exalted Orbs at the moment. I found one so far in my playthrough, and I sold it for 660 Exalted Orbs. Yeah, and I think I bought a couple new things for my character. Anyway, let's see. Added increase how far you can zoom out in endgame maps on a keyboard and mouse input to match the zoom level of the controller input. Thank you. I mean, might I add, can you also fix the fact that sometimes your map stops loading? Like if you're looking around. So if I'm going to zoom out, I'd like to be able to actually see where I've been, because sometimes I'll be looking like for that one spot that I remember being in that I wanted to continue, and the fog of war returned. or there's like this line that's cut off. I mean, maybe that's just their servers. It is early access still. I must remember that. Anyway, okay, let's get back in. Skill changes. Oh man, here we go. Supercharged Slam now has each successive aftershock gains 0.5 meters to radius, up to 3 meters, previously uncapped. Okay, so it's got a cap now. Scavenge Plating now grants you stacks of duration based on the enemy's rarity. Normal enemies grant 1 stack, magic 2 stacks, rare enemies 5 stacks, and uniques 10 stacks. The Lightning Bolt skill granted by the Choir of the Storm unique amulet has been renamed the Greater Lightning Bolt to differentiate it from the skill granted by staves. Triggered Greater Lightning Bolts are now unable to trigger subsequent Greater Lightning Bolts if the first was a critical hit. Greater Lightning Bolt now deals roughly 3.5 times more base lightning damage compared to the Lightning Bolt. Okay, so this was to address the Temporalis build, I think, with the Invoker Monk, right? And then the Lightning Bolts would just infinitely chain and make more, right? But now they do 3.5 times more damage, though. But they can't trigger themselves. If it was they can't trigger it if it was a crit hit. So it actually can. So they didn't actually nerf it completely. They just kind of toned it down a little bit. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty sweet. Okay, the Temporalis unique body armor can no longer reduce the cooldown of a skill below 100 milliseconds. Okay, so it can't be 0. All right. I think that was a part of that build, that it made Blink 0, right? Something like that. You would just be like, boo, 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 boo. I wanted that. I don't have Temporalis. It's kind of expensive, but it did look like a lot of fun. Skills socketed in the meta gem sockets can no longer gain energy. Skills socketed in meta gems sockets. So like cast on shock, if I have a skill in it, it can't gain energy? What does that mean? Huh. Gain energy, but then how would it trigger? Maybe there's probably some interactions there that because I use cast on shock and on my build, but I use spells in it. Oh, okay. So maybe like but skill, what skill gains energy? Because like the meta gems gain energy and then trigger. Or are they talking like a herald? Was a herald in a meta gem? Were people doing that? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Clarified Vine Arrow's description to explicitly state that it hits enemies on landing. Okay. Remove the Oro tag from Pain Offering for consistency with other minion skills, as the skill does not directly create an aura. The aura is created by the summoned minion. Okay. All right. Minion builds. I've never actually played the minion build yet, but I'm excited about trying the other classes, especially the ones that have yet to come. All right, monster changes. Monsters now have an increased toughness per essence modifier affecting them. Added a small delay before monsters release the essence monoliths can use their skills. Okay. That makes sense because sometimes they just mob you, although I haven't worried about the essence monoliths. I just spam it and they just get completely wrecked. But in the earlier areas, it made sense because they can instantly just like nuke you if you're in the wrong spot. Forsaken Miners now throw less grenades, which also have their damage reduced and their visuals improved. That last bit is important, the visuals, because I've died from not even knowing that their grenades were around me, and they just like 5 of them blew up and just killed me, and that just feels bad, man. Ruja, the Dread Engineer's grenade, now deal less damage in Cruel and maps. Okay. I think that's in like the mining, the fire girl that has like a flamethrower. Maybe, I don't know. Reduce how far away Lost Men Zealots can use their meteor skill from. The visual of the skill has also been improved. Yeah, this can't tell you how annoying it is. Not just the Zealots, but like any enemy that has this thing off screen that you don't see, and then suddenly you just get nuked by something, and it's like, what killed me? That's annoying. I'm glad that they're working on this stuff. The Lightning Storm skill used by Lost Men Zealots should now always strike at the telegraphed marker as opposed to somewhere random. Love that. Love that. Filthy Crone no longer uses their projectile vomit skill point blank in front of you because that's just rude, and now has a basic projectile attack. Interesting. Reduce the leap distance of the Vile Vulture leap skill. The visuals of the skill have been improved. Good, good. I like that. Nothing worse than getting completely mobbed by like 8 of these vile vultures and instantly dying. So from off screen, like they just, you're dead. So hopefully that'll prevent that from happening. I'm assuming that's why they added that in there. Reduce the axe throwing distance of Val Axemen. Probably, again, this is probably just because of the off-screen attacks. Reduce the area of effect for Filthy Firstborn on death explosion. The visibility of the area effect has also been improved. I didn't even know there was a visibility of effect for those explosions. I died to those guys exploding before because I thought I can tank it because I was full health with energy shield, and it's like, no, it killed me. So that's good. I stay clear of them, but that's good. The vomit skill used by the rotting hulks and bog hulks now deal less damage and can no longer be used point blank in front of you. All right, that's nice. I mean, it does maybe everything was just overtuned. I just got used to how easily these things can kill you, so I've avoided them, but I don't think I'm going to actually be able to let that go now that they've made it more clear. But, you know, for newer players, it makes sense. Adjusted the damaging area of the Bloated Miller's slam skills to closely match the visual effects. This is all just good improvements. Adjusted the damaging area of Zalmarath, the Colossus's attacks, to more closely match the visual effects. Good, good. Adjusted the player targeting behavior for Zalmarath, the Colossus. Their arms are no longer targetable. Okay. Is Zalmarath the one that comes out of the hole in the ground? Or is it the one that is in the forge that like walks up from below? Because if it's in the center of the hole and it comes out and then just like he slams his head on you, I think that might be it. Because that guy is kind of annoying and it doesn't really. Sometimes you're not sure where he's going to attack, and that was always frustrating. I kind of want to see. Let me see where this guy, which one this is. Titan Grotto. Oh, okay, he's the Act 2 boss. Okay, all right. Yeah, the Act 2 boss. No, it's not the Act 2 boss. It is the guy at the end of the forge that walks up from. I'm thinking of maps, but he is in the game as well. Adjusted the damaging area of Balak, the Sky Seer's tornadoes to more closely match the visual effects. Tornadoes now push you slightly away when they appear, and now deal less damage when they first appear before ramping up. I think this is a welcome change for the entire player base, at least anyone who has achieved the Trial of Chaos, because I don't know how many times I've died to standing just seemingly everything's fine, and then he disappears and there's a tornado that instantly kills you. Frustrating, to say the least. It's the worst. That's why I didn't care about my last 7th and 8th ascendancy point for a long time because of that bird. I hate that bird. Anyway, that's wonderful. Reduced how often Prowling Shades can use their invisibility skill. Good, because those guys are so annoying. I don't even kill them anymore. I just keep moving. There's no reason, unless of course it's a rare, but that is quite rare actually. But good, that those guys were annoying. Adjusted the frequency of some monsters such as Prowling Shades and Gelid Zealots. Okay. Val Zealots are now less likely to repeatedly use their Eye of Winter skill. That's what they're casting, Eye of Winter. Yeah, those guys are annoying in the Val factories. Yeah, that makes sense. You're getting critted to death. Improve the visual effects of Fiery Zealot's Firestorm skill. I love all these improved visual effects. I think it's a huge W for the game. Adjusted the damaging area of Executioner's attacks to more closely match the visual effects. The telegraphing for his guillotine slam has also been improved. Didn't think it was needed, but all right. Improved the visibilities of cultist archers' skills. Their toxic rain skill also now deals less damage. All right. Jamanra, the Risen King's zombie skirt, no longer spontaneously explodes on death. Well, that's good. Mighty Silverfish command roll skill now deals significantly less damage. I mean, I don't know. Some of these changes, though, like there was something about that slam that made him feel scary, right? Like, oh man, like that slam. He's a freaking, the ultimate four-armed gorilla king guy that you stumbled upon in the jungle, and he can kill you with his crazy slam. Something about some of these changes that they're making it easy. I'm just like, I liked that it was hard. All right, anyway, maybe that's just me, but whatever. Okay, sure. Reduced how often Azak Stalkers use their slam skill. Walking Goliaths no longer deal damage twice when they fall over. Their slam now deals more damage in the center and less around the edges. Okay. Reduce the distance of which Urn Walkers in the Trial of Sekimas are able to initiate their skills. We have fixed an issue where they're no longer dealing damage, or where they were not dealing damage correctly, meaning they now deal more damage. Wait a minute. Are you talking about that fire stuff on the ground that just melts you? Meaning they now deal more damage, but they can't deal. Okay, but it reduces the distance for where they can initiate their skill. I hate those Urnwalkers. I kill them as soon as I see them, instantly, because they will ruin your run and steal all of your honor. Definitely take those guys out. Anyway, so their Spitters no longer deal damage twice with their projectile attack. Their melee attacks now deal physical damage instead of chaos. That is wonderful. I didn't know they were dealing twice with their projectile attack, and it was chaos. These guys are so annoying when you're in a corrupted map and suddenly your health is gone. It's always chaos. I've been working on trying to get my chaos to 75. It's difficult and expensive. Let's see. The density of monsters in Exile has been reduced. Monsters contained in the area are now more likely to be a weaker variety. The density of monsters in Dreadnought area have been adjusted to result in less swarming encounters. I like some of these things. They made it feel like you earned getting through there. I just hope it doesn't make this game feel too easy. Because I've made it to the end game. So I've dealt with all these things and I feel like I've conquered them. And there's something about that in games that I like. I mean, games used to be incredibly difficult, and they were, when you got to the end, you're like, I did that. I got through all those hard things, those hardships. I'm maybe a masochist. I'm a From Software fan, so like the Souls series, Anyway, let's see. Improve telegraphing for Azak Shaman's detonate dead skill. Improve the telegraphing for the crystals left by Val Goliaths when they die. That's good. Chaos pulsate pustules in ritual encounters have their visuals improved. Good, because those things are annoying. The impending doom modifier in the Trial of Chaos now has more time before it explodes and has its visuals improved. I never, ever picked that. I picked it once and I was like, never again. Improve the telegraphing of the anchor drop from monsters affected by the essence of torment. These are all the visual improvements are just incredible. And telegraphing, it's the same, basically. Improve the visuals of the area of effect of monsters affected by the essence of electricity. The time before the area effect explodes has also been increased. Volatile plants are now much more noticeable before both before and as they're about to explode. Good. Too many people have lost their characters to that. Elemental explosions caused by minion death or those periodically cast by rare monsters have had their visual effects improved. The delay before these explode have also been increased. The area from the prevent recovery above 50% monster modifier has a visual radius. Good. The energy shield modifiers on monsters now provide far more sensible levels of energy shield. Yes, some of them were ridiculously too high. Hopefully that's what they were saying and not the other way around. The shielding monsters modifier have been re-enabled in the Trial of Chaos. All right. My headhunter belt is absolutely fine with that. All right, general changes and improvements. Enabled migrating from solo self-found leagues to their corresponding parent leagues, standard or hardcore, to be done from the league migrations button in the character select screen. I think that's pretty cool that you're able to do that. If you if your character dies in hardcore, you could move it to softcore, right? Or standard. I have a self-found solo self-found hardcore character, level 10 or something. I didn't really put a lot of effort into it because I just really have been enjoying the end game on my Deadeye. Strong boxes have been adjusted to spawn waves of enemies over a much shorter period of time. I can count on my two hands how many strong boxes I've done in the game. Maybe one hand, actually. They're just miserable. So hopefully they really, really make them worth it. Significantly increase the chance of encounter research strong boxes. Okay. Added visual effects to distinguish which monsters have spawned by strongbox. Good, because sometimes you don't know. Just the strong boxes are so... They need to just make them... Regular chests are better than strong boxes. They're never worth it. The volcanic crag, lightning storms, ice spikes, and chaos barrage strongbox modifiers have all been adjusted to activate after a delay. Okay. Charms now play an effect on your character when they are automatically used. That's good, so you can actually know when they're being used. Socketables, such as runes, can now be overwritten by placing another socketable item on a socket. Huge dub. Huge W. This is massive. I don't know why this wasn't, always a thing. Fantastic news. I love that. It allows items are going to be worth more. Some items, some people thought their items were bricked, but it turns out that's not the case. So that's awesome. I love that. Attempting to salvage an item now highlights which items in your inventory can be salvaged and displays item sockets. I thought I did that already. Flasks with quality are now able to be salvaged. Good, because it's so finding the glass baubles, whatever upgrades are difficult. They're very rare. Armor has been made more effective by approximately 15%. That seems huge. That's huge. I haven't played my characters based on evasion, and I use energy shield, so armor I have no idea. More monsters are now able to be pushed while dodge rolling. This generally applies to most monsters smaller than a skeleton. All right. Objects such as delirium shards can no longer be pushed by other monsters. I didn't even know they could. Increase the chance for omens to appear in ritual rewards. Good, because they're very rare. Reduce the chance for items to roll some of the less desirable item modifiers. This, from what the dev said, is for higher level items, which is wonderful. Because for me, I like finding and making my own things. I don't like to trade if I don't have to. Right? I love the finding my own GG item. Like that's what I play the game for. I love that. So for me, I've been really trying to find my own bow. I want to make or find my own bow, right? And it is insane how many bows that I've rolled myself, re-rolled with the, you put 3 together. I forget what it's called, but man, I really want that. And I'm thinking this might actually help me be able to craft my own bow. Distilled emotions required to instill passive skill and the amulet are now only displayed on the passive skill tree after you have picked up your first distilled emotion. Interesting. Okay, so as to not confuse new players as to like what that even is that what why? I'm guessing so. Added an exit portal to the Trial Master arena. Was there not? Trial Master. Was there not an exit portal? Huh. I guess not. Remove the level requirement to access expedition vendors. I didn't even know there was a level requirement. Rarity of items in expedition vendor shops now increase with shop level, so shops generally have more rare items at higher levels. This is great. I'll be honest, I basically stopped caring about expeditions because their items were always trash. Even when I re-rolled them with the exotic coins, it just felt like it was never worth it. They had advanced things and not expert. I'm like, why am I even bothering with this? So hopefully that makes the expedition vendors worth it. This doesn't affect existing shops, and you will need to use a reroll currency to generate shops with improved rarity. Makes sense. Reduce the visual clutter in many map areas to improve visibility of skills and effects. I love that. Added a tutorial for activating your first persistent buff skill gen. Good. Yeah, good, because that, I kind of just figured that out on my own, but that's good. Pardon me. Improve the fixed inconsistencies for walkability through areas in the campaign as well as maps. This makes sense. This is like in Seepage, where there's that little spot that you think you could walk through, but you can't, and it's annoying. I'm sure there's plenty of situations like that. I love this. That was the example that they used, and that's the one thing that I could think of that always annoyed me, that I couldn't walk to open the door. You had to like walk around. Is annoying. Anyway. Improve the loading time of the world map. Wonderful news. Reduce the initial player revive time to 2.5 seconds, previously 3. Reduce the player revive time penalty from 1.5 seconds per death, previously 2 seconds. Okay, this is in multiplayer when you're reviving your teammates. Okay, I see. Alva now has an option to gamble for items when placed in your hideout. Oh, wonderful. They reinstituted this. I guess there was a glitch that people could take advantage of it somehow. But this is wonderful that you could just gamble in your hideout now. Love that. Reviving minions that died from being out of range of you now instead immediately revive near you. Cool. Haven't tried a minion build yet, but they seem fun. The quest tracker now shows which quests are applicable for the area you're currently in. That's great. I love that. Instead of just showing everything, it was a little much. Uncut gems now show their level on the item label. Okay. Charms now display their number of charges when they're active. Love that. Updated the world map icons for when you have completed quests, encounters, and found items to make it more clear that they've been completed. That's good. Added propagating weapon effects options to the cosmetic panel UI. The Aaron's Cobble, Heartbound Loop, Iron Ride, and Myric's Uxor uniques have received 2D art. Okay. The Hand of Wisdom in Action unique has received 3D art. Oh, I was worried for a second. Like, are they going to nerf it? Nope, they didn't. That's good. All right, I didn't know it didn't have 3D art. Added flavor text for the Erden's Tusks and Splinterheart uniques. After activating an Omen of Whittling, hovering over an item before applying a Chaos Orb to it will now display which modifier will be re-rolled. That's nice. I like that. Improved performance of the Zuxculician, the Chimera boss fight. Improved performance of the lava in the Molten Vault. Reduced screen clutter and improved performance of the effect that plays when killing rare monster. Objectives in endgame maps. Improved performance of areas that are with very bright lights that can cast many shadows. Oh, this is wonderful. Notably the Temple of Kopek and Ziggurat Refuge, and also like the underground cavern with like all the stalactites. That one is a nightmare. When I actually was streaming the other day, and if you had epilepsy, you would be screwed because of all the flashing that was going on, because of the shadows. Hopefully this fixes that, because this is crazy when this happens. Improve the performance of the ziggurat encampment in order to reduce the occurrence of unloaded textures. I do remember that happening in that spot. Burning ground can no longer spawn underneath interactables such as levers. Good. And is it not doing too much damage? This is the first time I've seen burning ground. I mean, is it not? Is that what the intended amount of damage is doing? Because that with 75 fire res, that's the damage? Okay. All right, devs. Monsters can no longer spawn near the close of the entrance of a map. Near the close to the did they write this wrong? Am I reading it weird? Close to the entrance. Spawn close to the entrance. I feel like they wanted to. Monsters can no longer spawn close to the entrance or near to the entrance. I feel like they just put both and said, pick whichever one you like. This often caused the players to be immediately attacked upon moving. I think that's a good change. Added keyword for honor resistance. Good. I like that. That's an important modifier that you need to understand. Delirium monsters are no longer untargetable during their emerge animation. As a result, they should no longer push you during this. Oh, thank goodness. I just started dodging as soon as they appeared. Just dodge so they didn't, and then turn and attack. You can now pick up items and interact with some objects while performing other actions. Okay. Like in augury, like if you're opening the lever, you can okay, interesting. The attack in place stops movement option no longer prevents walking on skills that can be used while moving, while using WASD movement. Continued to incrementally improve the sound, art, effects, and improvements. Well, that was there's a lot of weight to that sentence. Okay. All right. Unique item changes. Okay. Wow. Holy cow. Wow. All right. Uniques have been, they are sadly, really sad. They are not exciting. And they were exciting at first because I thought they were like, yeah, coming from Diablo. I never played Path of Exile 1. I'm playing the shit out of 2. I love it. But I played 1, 2, and 3, and 4 of Diablo. Diablo 2 being the top tier. And Path of Exile 2 feels like what we wanted Diablo 3 to be, right? Coming out of Diablo 2. So these uniques, I hope they make it so that they're more viable in end game. They're more viable in early game, more viable to change your build. It just felt like they were meh. Okay, let's there's a lot here. Let's get into them. Alchem Era unique shield now provides 50 to 70 max mana, previously 15 to 30. Existing versions of this item can be updated using a divine orb. Don't tell me they're gonna force you to use a divine orb to upgrade any of your stuff. I'm seeing it. You have to use a divine orb on all of these. Divine orb, divine orb, divine orb. Oh, that's lame. It should automatically switch. So when you use a divine orb, it's going to random roll again. That's annoying. All right. Arvel's Wheel unique shield can no longer has the 40 to 60% increased block chance. It now provides 40 to 60 maximum life and 40 to 60 maximum mana. Oh, I noticed you can't change that with the divine orb. That's just forcing it, huh? Because the block issue was a problem. It's kind of lame. Ashran's unique body armor now provides 30 to 40 fire resistance, previously 20-30, and 10 to 20 strength. The Aphyxia's Wrath unique quiver now adds 3 to 4 to 5 to 8 cold damage to attacks. Which one is that? I have all the quivers. Is it the chaos one? No, that's Anyway, maybe I don't have all the quivers. At Zach's Sight, unique helm now provides 30 to 40 increased crit chance, previously 20 to 40. All right, so ups the low end, and 100 to 150 increased evasion and shield, energy shield. None of these changes really feel like they're game break or game changing. At Zeri's Acuity, unique gloves now provide 30 to 50 increased crit chance, previously 20 to 30. Okay, that's a huge increase. Existing versions, Divine Orbed, yeah, okay. That is a major increase. 50% increased crit chance. Wow. Okay. The Barrow Dweller, this is the first one that's kind of like, wow, okay. I mean, it's not going to beat the hand of whatever it's called. I'm actually want to just scroll down to see if they changed it. No, they didn't. Okay, good. They did not nerf the gloves, the Hoas. Wisdom in action. Yeah. All right, Barrow Dweller unique body armor now provides damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky while you are on low life. Okay, interesting. So it takes 2 and picks the lowest. That's kind of fun. The Belly of the Beast unique body armor now has 25 to 35 to 35 to 40 physical thorns damage. Okay. The Birth of Fury unique boots now provide 200 or 20% increased movement speed, previously 15%, and 20 to 35 resistance, previously 10 to 20. Divine Orbed. The Black Doubt unique body armor now provides 10 to 20 cold res. The Black Braid unique body armor now provides 20 to 60 armor and 10% elemental resistances. I feel like these are all just low level uniques. The Black Gleam unique quiver now adds 3 to 5 to 6 to 9 fire damage to attacks. The Blackheart unique ring now adds 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 chaos damage to attacks, previously 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. It could be Divine Orbed. Bloodthorn unique quarterstaff now adds 8 to 12 to 16 to 18 physical damage, previously lower. The Blue Flame Bracers unique gloves now provide 20% maximum energy shield. Okay, on gloves, that's interesting. The Bones of Allure unique boots now provide 20 to 30 maximum life and mana, previously 25. Existing versions, Divine Orbed. The Brain Rattler unique mace now adds 18 to 22 to 24 to 28 physical damage, previously lower, and more lightning damage. I'm going to just shorten this up because it's unnecessary, all the specifics. And they're on screen if you want to read them. The Bramblejack unique body armor now provides 60 to 100 to maximum. Okay. Cannot evade and regenerate life per second while surrounded. Interesting. Okay. The Brass Dome unique body armor now has 400 to 500% increased armor. That's a lot. And -5 to -1 to maximum elemental resistances. Okay, so you can actually get like a GG -1 instead of only -5. The Briar Patch unique boots now provide more thorns damage. The Brisk Wrap unique body armor now has increased evasion. The Brisk Boar unique body armor now has 50% reduced evasion rating. Previously 40 to 80. Okay. Now causes you to gain 5 rage when hit by an enemy. Also provides 3 to 5 life regen per second. The Bronze Beard unique helmet now provides 100% maximum life. Previously lower. Divine Orbed. The Brinabaz unique belt now provides 30 to 40 increased lightning res. None of this. All of these would be a waste to put a Divine Orb in. All of them would be cheaper to just buy a new one for significantly less. Like the fact that you have to use a Divine Orb to upgrade like these new, like these low level uniques that are not viable in endgame with a Divine Orb is so lame. It is so lame. Sorry, I just think that's the stupidest shit. All right, the Brynhand's Mark unique mace has more fizz damage and now gives more strength, but has a 20% reduced attack speed. Okay, that'll never get used. Ever. The Borrow unique ring now has -10 cold res, previously -15 to -10, and increased mana regen. The Candlemaker unique gloves now provide fire res, increased fire res, and lower cold res. It's not as bad, and now provides increased fire damage and reduced cold damage. Okay, that's interesting. 40% increased fire damage is actually kind of massive. That's pretty crazy. I don't remember I don't know what they do, the Candlemaker unique gloves, but that seems pretty strong. 40% fire damage. Like if you're going for a fire build, those might be a chase glove. Although, I mean, gloves can add inherent fire damage to your attacks. They can do a lot, but I mean, if you're a fire spell user, I mean, that might be the gloves. I don't know. Carrion Call unique focus now causes minions to have 20 to 30% increased damage. Seems pretty huge. And also, I noticed that there's no Divine Orb needed for that. So they're just adding this to the existing. So why would they... Why would this not need a Divine Orb? I just... The logic... I don't know. Maybe because it's just an added thing instead of changing what's previously on it. So it's just a bonus. It seems to be the case. The Chober Chabber unique mace no longer has the increased fizz or crit chance. Instead, it has a specific roll of fizz damage and 50 spirit. Cool. Spirit on a mace. That's pretty huge. Like that. Corona of the Red Sun unique helmet now provides more fire resistance. Or provides fire resistance. The Crown of the Pale King unique helm now provides some thorns damage. Dancing Mirage unique body armor now has increased evasion and energy shield higher than before. Existing Divine Orb, blah, blah, blah. The Dark Defiler unique scepter now gain 5% of damage as chaos damage per undead minion. Previously 3%. Wow, that's a good little update. 5% damage per of chaos per minion. I don't know how many minions a minion build can have, but I feel like that's decent. The Deathblow unique gloves now provide 5 to 10 increased attack speed. I think it should be higher, but I don't know. Those do. I'm not familiar with all of the uniques because I don't bother with uniques. There's only like a few end game uniques that I really care about. Let's see. The Defiance of Destiny unique amulet now causes you to recover 10% of missing life before being hit by an enemy, previously 5. Okay. The Daybell unique helm now provides strength. The Devouring Diadem unique helmet now provides max life. The Dare unique shield now provides 20% reduced stun threshold, previously 30, so it's worse, but now provides life regen. The blah, blah, tenure unique gloves now provide energy shield. Okay. Doomgate unique shield now provides 13 to 17% chaos res. The more the merrier. The Edern Tusk unique body armor now has 50% chance to inflict bleeding on hit. Previously 10%. And that makes a lot more sense. I mean, it's got huge tusks, so if you hit them, you'll bleed. That makes sense. I like that. Not that I'm ever going to use that. The Elevor unique helmet now provides 10 to 20% or 10 to 20 dexterity, previously 20 to 30, previously 10 to 20, and provides a charm slot. Wait, it's a helmet? It is. It's a helmet that provides a charm slot. Interesting. Aaron Cobble unique helmet now provides armor, more evasion, and more life. Let's see, it provides fire resist, cold resist, lightning resist, all previously lower. Okay, this is that one that has like a little bit of everything. Yeah, okay. No one cares about that. These are all mostly new characters finding uniques and being excited and using them until they find a better item. Excuse me while I drink some coffee. The Eternal Spark unique focus now provides 40% increased mana regen. While stationary, previously 50, and also provides 40% increased mana regeneration. Wow, okay, so just crazy mana regen. The Izomate Peak unique helmet now provides more life and provides life regen. Okay. The Feathered Focus unique shield now provides more fire and cold res and more strength and dexterity. And then, of course, you can get Divine Orbed. The Forbidden Gaze unique helmet now provides more cold res. The Frost Breath unique mace now has more physical damage and cold damage. Oh, and it also gives a crit hit chance. The Gamble Sprint unique boots now provide lightning res, more lightning res, and have increased item rarity. Okay, those are fun. If you get hit, you can get up to 40% run walk. That's awesome. Gravebind unique gloves now provide cold res. The Grip of Winter unique gloves now provide cold res. The Gloom Form unique body armor now provides fire res. The Hog Hunt unique mace no longer has increased damage. Instead, it has a rollable physical damage adding. The Hollow Mask unique helmet now provides 13% cast res. The Horns of Bindon unique helmet now provides 20 armor. The Hinnor's Him unique mace now has increased physical damage, previously lower. Existing versions, Divine Orb. The Husk of Dreams unique body armor now provides chaos resistance, more chaos resistance, and increased flash charges. Okay, a lot less than it was. That seems good. The Immortan unique body armor has been renamed the Road Warrior. Whoa. Okay. The Road Warrior. It no longer provides increased armor. It just has fire resistance, lightning resistance, and provides life regen and plus 10 to 15 to all attributes. Okay, totally a revamp there, basically. The Infernal Clasp unique belt now provides much more fire res. That's all it is. The Infinite Pursuit unique boots can now provide 25% movement speed while affected by an ailment, previously 20. That's such a small little... Why? See, like this kind of change, it's not like a... It's not a gamble. It is, in fact, just 25. Why wouldn't they just make all of them 25 instead of 20? Like, why do you need to use a Divine Orb for this? There's too many things that don't make sense. Like, why would a Divine Orb be needed for this, but not other things? I don't get that. Maybe it's because anything that, so like this is just adding evasion rating. The Innsmouth unique helmet now provides evasion. The Irongrass unique body armor now provides strength. Iron Ride unique helmet now provides max life. Jorn Jupiter unique gloves now have 50% increase armor and evasion. The Keel Hall unique belt now has life flasks gain 0.25 charges per second, and mana flasks are the same. Previously, it was 0 to 0.25. That's good. That seems like a decent... Like, imagine getting 0 on a unique belt. That would be so lame. The Killjoy unique gloves now provide 20 to 30% increased crit damage. That's a lot of damage. I don't know what they do, but that's decent. Just added to whatever they are. That's good. 30% increased crit damage is huge. The Knight Errant unique boots now provide 30 to 50 unique ailment threshold. Okay. The Learcast unique helmet now provides dexterity. That's pretty sweet. The Legionnaire Stride unique boots now provide armor, less armor, but they also provide stun threshold, increased stun threshold. See, now why would this not need a Divine Orb, right? I don't understand. Why isn't this needing a Divine Orb? Okay. I don't understand their system. The Nocturnal Caress unique gloves now provide 15 to 25 armor. The Luminous Pace unique boots now provide 20 to 30 maximum energy shield. The Lycosidae unique shield now has blocking damage, poisons an enemy as though dealing 200 base critical chaos damage, previously 100. That seems like a big improvement. The Mask of the Sanguimancer now provides 20 to 30 evasion rating and 10 to 15 maximum energy shield. The Matsya unique quarterstaff now has 6 to 9 to 10 to 15 chaos damage, and 1 to 19 to 29 lightning damage. That's just straight extra damage. Wow. All right. The Mist Whisper unique crossbow now has cold damage, more cold damage, and now provides 30% increased chill during duration on enemies. The Nazir's Judgment unique quarterstaff no longer has 80 to 120 increased physical damage, but instead has a rollable phys damage addition. The Necromantle unique body armor now causes minions to have 17 to 23% chaos resistance. The Northpaw unique gloves now adds physical damage to attacks or more, and now has some more evasion rating. The Original Sin unique ring no longer has chaos resistance as 0, and instead provides 17 to 23% chaos resistance. Wow. Wow, that's actually really good. That's huge, actually. I was looking at that ring. Hold on. I wanna see what this ring is. The Original Sin PoE2. What does it do? Original Sin PoE2. Can I get the freaking? What is the date? What is the PoE2 database? Yeah, let's do it that way. Items, uniques, other uniques. Original Sin. Which one is that? There we go. 100% of elemental damage converted to chaos damage. That is crazy. So now, you get double chaos resistance because you get it from the amethyst ring, and you get extra chaos resistance instead of it being 0. And then 100% of damage converted to chaos damage. Like, that's crazy. Because chaos damage is really strong. Wow. That seems like that could be pretty interesting for like a chaos build. The Painter's Servant unique gloves no longer provide the fire resistance. They instead do increase fire, cold, and lightning damage. I love this. I feel like there's a build there because there's a lot of nodes in the skill tree that have like all 3 elements. So with that, you can kind of like, those might be like you could get up to like 30% increased damage, or I mean 10 on each of the different elements. And if you're going for multiple elements, it might be a crazy I don't know. I don't know. I see a build there. It might not work. It might not be as strong as some of the other builds, but it might be fun to try. I don't know. I might try to do something like that. The Pariah's Embrace unique body armor now provides 10 to 15 to all attributes. The Plague Finger unique gloves now provide 20 to 30% chance to poison on hit, previously 5 to 10. Major huge. That's a big difference. Wow, okay. The Power Tread unique boots now provide 12% crit damage bonus per power charge, previously 8. That's a pretty big difference. Wow. Okay. That's an extra 24. Oh no, you can get 3 power charges or 4 with that other unique that allows you to get an additional one. So, I mean, that's a pretty big boost, right? 12% extra crit bonus when fully charged up. I don't know. The Prayers for Rain unique body armor now provides 10 to 20 light res. The Quaddle's Molt unique armor body armor now provides more maximum life and also provides increased evasion rating. The Quetzalcoatl I've never, so many of these I've never said out loud before, so bear with me. The mace now has increased fizz damage, more higher than before, which is nice. The Seeing Stars unique mace now adds cold damage, more cold damage, and now adds more lightning damage. The Sentry unique quarterstaff now has more fire damage, but has no fizz damage, but adds accuracy rating. Okay. The Sarian Inheritance body armor now provides more lightning res and has 15% minus cold res. Smiling Knight unique helmet now provides more armor and evasion. Okay, that's the difference. That is a big difference though. 150 to 200 instead of 30 to 50. Not like anyone's going to use this stuff though. So that's the thing. No one is going to put a divine orb into any of this stuff. No one. All of these are going to just be easily found. Right? That's it. It's so silly. The Snakebite unique gloves now provide 20 to 30. Oh, okay. I just read that one. Oh, no, I didn't. That's different, actually, isn't it? 20 to 30 poison on hit. Previously 20. Now provides life regeneration per second. Okay. The Splinter Heart unique bow now has significantly increased fizz damage. Okay. 120 to 160 instead of 60 to 80. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. It's not anything compared to the end game bows, but there are some people that have builds with that. The Tetzalcoatl's Desire body armor now has 20 to 30 intelligence. Thunderstep unique boots now provide 20 to 30 increased movement speed, more, and now they have more lightning res. The Titanrot Cataphract unique body armor now provides a big boost in armor and increased strength. I like it. They're just basically buffing all of them. I have yet to see a nerf. Right? There's none of these are nerfs. These are all upgrades. The Tree Fingers unique gloves now add more fizz damage and provide increased stun buildup and reduced attack speed. Oof. Yikes. Oh, the Trample Toe unique have 5% more increased movement speed. Okay. All right. Nice. The Trench Timber unique mace now has increased physical damage. The Trefina unique mace now has increased physical damage. The Ungil's Harmony unique amulet now provides 100 to 200% crit chance. Previously just 100. That's crazy. What's 200% crit chance? Does that mean you're critting twice when you do a crit? Like if you were to get 200%, does that mean if you were to crit, you're going to crit twice? Because that's pretty insane. That would be pretty wild. Huh. Wow. The Visage of Aya helmet now provides 10 to 20 lightning res. The Vol's Protector body armor now provides 13 to 17% chaos res. The Wake of Destruction unique boots now provide 10% movement speed. The Wandering Reliquary unique body armor now has 60 to 80 stun threshold. The Windscream unique boots now provide 10 to 20 increased movement speed, up from 10 to 15, and now cause curse skills to have 10 to 20% increased cast speed. Oh, okay, that feels like a nerf. That's a nerf. Increased cast speed? Ugh. The Wings of Kalen unique helmet now provides 20 plus 20 armor. The Wonder Trap unique boots now provide increased movement speed. They all increase strength and dexterity and intelligence, and now provide 30 to 50 maximum energy shield. Wayland's Stake unique mace now has higher fizz damage and fire damage, and also has fire res and strength. Interesting. Okay. Bug fixes. Holy cow, that's a lot of bug fixes. I need a sip of my coffee before I read these. So far, these patch notes have been an absolute huge W. Huge W. All right. Bug fixes. Fixed 4 client crashes. Just 4. Fixed 4 instance crashes. Fixed a bug where Mana Flare, Elemental Discharge, and the version of Ember Fusillade triggered by Dusk Vigil were not considered triggered skills and could therefore generate energy. Okay. Fixed a bug where some objects, such as vine arrow plants, were incorrectly counted as targets when dealing splash damage through an implicit modifier on the Colt's Great Hammer base type. Okay. Maybe just, I'm sure a lot of these are just incredible. Fixed a bug where Siege Cascade was targeting vine arrow plants and Frostwall ice crystals. Fixed a bug where Herald of Ice was still exploding shattered enemies when the gem was set to be used with your current inactive weapon set. Fixed a bug where concoctive skills were considered bow skills and resulted that could be infected at increased damage with bow skills modifier on quivers. Increased a snapshotting issue with energy shield that could be used with the Mask of Stitch Demon as an Infernalist. Fixed a bug where minion pack support was able to drain the life of lingering illusions. Fixed a bug where tier 5 bows could not roll attack speed and tier 5 rings could not roll maximum life. Fixed a bug where you could briefly be unable to perform any skills if you tried to interact with an object or dodge rolled at the same time. This is the augury. Those 3 levers. How many times have you been killed? Opening a lever and something walks over and starts hitting you and you're like, I can't move! Dead. How many hardcore characters were lost to the augury for opening levers? Just curious. This is 100% because of the augury. Anyway, fix an issue where the checkpoint for the Temple of Kopek boss fight could sometimes take you to the first checkpoint in the area. That's annoying. Fixed a bug preventing the quality bonuses on shock burst rounds and hailstorm rounds from applying. Fixed a bug where Shockwave Totem did not work when used with the support gem Astral Projection. Fixed a client crash that can occur when Power Siphon while holding a shield. Fixed a client crash that can occur while in couch co-op when interacting with the unique stash tab. Fixed a client crash that could occur in couch co-op when interacting with Corruption Altar. Fixed a bug where Vine Arrow was not slowing enemies. Fixed a bug that caused Sekima Azala to fail to shield you during Gemanra's the Abomination Storm skill. That's in phase 1. I didn't even know that was an issue. Fixed a bug where terrain generation for the client can get out of sync with the server for Trial of Sekimas. This actually happened to me when I first made it. The first time I ever made it to the 4th zone, the test of time. The door opened, and normally you walk through down to the portal and go to the test of time. It didn't load that zone, and it kept crashing my game, and it kept saying like failed to load instant, something connection with the server. So this actually happened to me. It kept saying the terrain generation was out of sync. So I had to give up on that, and I was really bummed because it was the first time I actually was able to beat the Scorpion to then make it. I don't think I even could have gone through and beaten the boss at the end, but at the time. But anyway, it still sucked at the time. Okay. Fixed a bug where the influence range of Lost Towers could fail to display when interacting with map inside your hideout. I love that because that was annoying. Fixed a bug where crossbows could fail to reload if the player did not have enough mana available. Oh, that would have sucked. Fixed a bug where a spark could fail to cast while standing on the edge of walkable terrain. Interesting. Fixed a bug where temporal chains debuff icon was not displayed the correct description when hovered over. Fixed a bug where the unique item Fire Flower could fail to cause fire damage to the player when the enemy was ignited. Fixed a bug where Ghost Dance would remain active when the player no longer met the spirit requirements. Wow, really? Interesting. Fixed a bug where the Way Forward Atlas passive skill would cause the Arbiter of Ash to drop tier 16 Waystones instead of tier 15. Oh, I mean, come on. I feel like they could have left that. That seems like that should have been left. Like, come on, let the Arbiter of Ash, the final pinnacle boss of the game, drop tier 16. Like, come on. But all right, I get it. Fixed a bug where some unique bows did not play audio when firing arrows. Interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Fix a bug where engraving a support gem did not play audio. Fix a bug where quest items would not drop again For their respective objective, the player dropped them on the ground in an area where the difficulty was different from where it was obtained. Characters in a broken state can now be able to reobtain the quest objective. This is awesome because I think my character got bugged in the cruel zone when you get the lightning book in Act 3. Or no, it was Act 2. In like the tower zone where, you know, those statues around the edges all come alive after you interact with like the seat. And then once you beat it all, you get the book to get plus 10 lightning resistance. I don't think I got that in the second in Cruel. That I don't even know if you can get it in Cruel because I didn't. And I was kind of bummed. And I think actually this might fix it. I know I didn't drop it on the ground. I don't know. Or maybe my inventory was full and I never actually got it in my inventory. Because I was in a multiplayer, you know, I was in someone else's map and they did it. And I was like, oh shit, all right. Well, not someone else's map. Like I joined their game and was questing through Cruel. Interesting though. I'm gonna go check that. Fixed a bug where some interactables could not be canceled by using dodge roll. Again, augury. Fixed a bug where using a flask could cause a player to lose life. The item stat requirement weren't met in both weapon slots. Wow, interesting. Fixed a bug where friends would show as offline when they changed characters. Fixed a bug where the intro cinematic did not play on the PC platform. I wonder if I just have never seen the intro cinematic. Huh. I don't think I have. I just see the GGG and then it goes to the main menu. Huh. I guess I'll watch it for the first time tomorrow. Fixed a bug where incomplete unique items could be obtained. Which ones are those? I didn't know that was a thing. What do you mean incomplete? Which I want to know. What am I missing? Maybe I have some of them. I've got a lot of uniques. Fix some wonky interactions. I love that they use the word wonky in the patch notes. Fix some wonky interactions with the additional inventory slots from the Titan's Colossal Capacity Ascendancy passive skill. Yeah, that extra inventory slot seems awesome. I'm like jealous of that. Fix a bug where the hooded one would not identify items stored in additional inventory slots granted by the Colossal Capacity Titan Ascendancy passive skill. Fix a bug so the inventory no longer opens when dragging the Atlas map UI with the cursor over the map node. I didn't know that was a thing. Fixed a visual bug where walking away from a corpse and back to it could visually display a new remnant with Grim Feast. Interesting. Fixed a bug with the Riverside map where the boss arena force field could appear before entering the boss fight. That has happened to me, actually. And you had to, like, click to enter the arena. I mean, you could still enter it, but still, I guess it wasn't a thing. Fixed a bug where the energy shield UI could visually appear as having energy shield when the player had none. Fixed a bug where enemies could cast detonate dead on players' minions when the player was using the sacrifice gem. Fixed a player in the Savannah, Abyss, and Seepage maps where sections of the area could not be accessible. That's happened to me. It also in Steaming Springs or something. I had a breach hand that was just on a little island inside of a little spring that I couldn't. It was the only breach in the entire map. I was really bummed. I have a picture of it, actually. Let's see. Where was I? Fixed a bug where the unique item Corpse Wade did not work when the player was using the King of the Faridun body armor microtransaction. Wow, really? Oh, because this removes your boots. You don't actually see your, like, the body armor changes your legs to like a bunch of arms. It's really badass, actually, of a body armor skin. But it makes sense that it actually gets rid of your boots, so it actually stopped them from working. That's interesting. I wonder if it actually stops other boots from working, right? I mean,
these have a specific thing that they, because they're casting a spell. But interesting. Fixed a bug where the Hate Forge unique, where negative values to the 2 maximum rage modifier caused the modifier to not show. Fixed a bug where the blink allowed travel to the past in the Ziggurat encampment without traversing through the time portal. Oh, that's fun. Fix a bug within the instilling UI that displayed the tainted oil slot, which doesn't exist. It doesn't exist? Wow. So when you tried to instill a corrupted waystone, there was this slot that said tainted oil, and it says tainted oil required to instill a corrupted waystone. And it wouldn't let you. I mean, I have never seen tainted oil, but I guess tainted oil doesn't exist in the game yet. Interesting. Okay. Fixed a bug where allocating chaos inoculation would incorrectly count you as being on low mana. Fixed a bug where crossbow skills could fail to reload when spamming the ability when using a controller. Fixed a bug when stashing a skill gen with attached support gems would cause the support gems to become invisible. Wow. These now unpack into the relevant tab. That's good. Fixed an alignment of Mirror of Kalandra with the currency stash tab. Fixed the alignment. What? It was in the very center. I thought looks good. I don't have any mirrors yet. They're extraordinarily expensive, but maybe I'll find one day. Fixed a bug in the Val factory map where some humanoid monsters would remain inactive. That's true. It's happened many times. Fixed a bug where Elemental Storm gem had a physical tag. Fixed a bug where gas clouds could spawn in unwalkable terrain. Fixed a bug where minion objects could stretch into unwalkable terrain. Fixed a bug where Burial Bog map could generate with a broken loop. Fixed a bug where world map always opened, displaying an above ground area, even when the player was in an underground area. Fixed a bug where strong boxes could fail to generate any monsters. Oh man, can you imagine? The strong boxes were already trash. Fixed a bug with a dodge roll, which allowed players to roll through bone walls and frost walls. Oh, you can't? You're... Because I would just roll through the bone wall. All right, that's good to know that you can't do that anymore. You got to destroy it first. Fixed a bug where dodge roll, which allowed players to roll off the Ardura caravan ramp. What do you mean off? Like roll through it? Interesting. Okay, I never knew that. Fixed a bug where soul cores of Atmohua, Xantippe, or Cholotl could not be used for the 3-to-1 recipe. Interesting. Oh, I forgot that you could do that. Fixed a bug with the relic modifier given a chance to gain another key was incorrectly always applying. Oh, I didn't know that. Skip tutorials when no longer prevents you from leaving town without engraving a gen. Removed a redundant block chance description on Saffrol's frame unique item. Removed a bug that could, or fixed a bug that could cause a landmark room chest in the mausoleum of the Praetor to be from being opened. Fixed a bug where Elemental Storm was missing the trigger tag. Fixed a bug which allowed glacial cascades hits to freeze enemies. Fixed a bug in which the trial of Sekamaz where traps audio failed to play. Fixed a bug where Unbound Avatar could gain stacks from inanimate objects. Fixed a bug in the Temple of Chaos where leap slamming into an arena would cause the encounter to not complete. Fixed a bug where damage gained as fire, cold, and lightning were missing tags, causing essences to be unable to roll these modifiers. Fixed a bug where Act 1 and Act 2 transition cinematics sometimes played when entering a Dura caravan rather than when traveling from Act 1. Fixed a bug where some of the loot on the Temple of Chaos could get stuck in blocking. Fixed a bug where favored map slot UI notifications would appear when corrupting a tier 15 into a tier 16. Fixed a bug which could prevent the player from returning to the Vestiri outskirts if they traveled there by warping to a party member, then warping to a different party member in Act 1. Fixed a bug with man, that would be so annoying. Fixed a bug where supercritical support 2D's art was not displaying in some cases. Fixed a bug where expedition chests in maps were not displaying their rarity. All right, and then controller improvements. I used a controller for the first 30 hours of this game. And then I switched to WASD. It was the best decision I ever made. 100% way better than using a controller. Granted, I understand if you're on a console, that sucks, but man, using a controller is significantly better. All right, while using currency, inventory navigation will ignore items the currently selected currency could not be used on. While using currency, inventory navigation will ignore items the currently selected currency could not be used on. Oh, okay, yeah, that's smart. So it'll snap to the ones that it can use. That's good. Added a bindable action to show / hide item and object labels. While on the world map screen, you can now press B / circle to leave the underground. Some interactables in the Trial of Sycamas and Trial of Chaos are now prioritized over using skills on enemies if you have interacted bound to the same button as a skill. Nice. The cosmetic tab of the navigation menu has been moved to the end, so you no longer have to navigate through it to reach the quests or atlas tabs. Nice. The improved auto-targeting logic for very large bosses, such as Torgul. The game now pauses by default if the controller becomes disconnected, with an option in the game tab to instead disconnect. That's smart. Auto-targeting no longer aggressively prioritize larger enemies and objects such as Tempest Bell. Pressing X / square while holding a stack of items now deposits a single item from the stack in the currently selected space. Nice. Hovering a support gem over a filled socket will now show the support gem currently in that socket. Trying to socket invalid gems using a controller now gives appropriate error messages. Switching to controller input on a character that was created with keyboard and mouse input no longer results in the character having no actions inbound. Oh, that's wonderful. Because if you switch, you have to rebound everything, and it's annoying. Not that I switch anymore, but I can see it. It still is frustrating. Fixing a bug that prevented re-rolling expedition vendors while using a controller. There is now a dedicated button to re-roll the vendor. Nice. Fix a bug where the Gremling's gem-studded notable passive was not accounted for when socketing support gems using a controller. Fixed a bug where the Lost Tower interface had consistent controls when using controller. Fixed a bug that sometimes prevented navigation in the hideout stash when using a controller. Fixed a bug that prevented player 2 from using a salvage bench in couch co-op. Fixed a bug that prevented player 2 from equipping cosmetics in couch co-op. Fixed a bug that caused some types of specialized stash tabs to fail to display when accessing by both characters at the same time in couch co-op. Fixed a bug preventing the toggling of advanced descriptions while investigating an item. Fixed a bug preventing moving a socketed support gem into a different socket when you were close to the support gem limit. Fixed a bug where the enable held targeting option did not function for crossbow ammunition skills. Fixed a bug where certain skills would not be performed if used while holding down a different skill inputs. All right, console improvements. Wow, we're almost done here. Console improvements. Item filters can now be used on console by subscribing to a filter on the Path of Exile website. This is absolutely massive. A huge W for console users. A link to set up an item filter is now provided in the filter section of the settings menu under Game tab. Fixed a bug where cutscenes and informational videos had incorrect color grading on Xbox Series consoles with HDR enabled. Localization fix. Fixed a number of cases of outdated translations. Fixed characters with accents not displaying correctly on some languages. Fixed a number of cases where translated text could overlap itself or the borders of its field. Fixed a bug where Thai text did not display correctly on consoles. Fixed a bug where modifier tiers would not be displayed correctly when the game language was set to traditional Chinese. Fixed a number of cases of keywords not displaying correctly in languages other than English. All right. And then we got the last one, microtransactions. Enabled the following existing cosmetic microtransactions for Path of Exile 2. Now, this is just a long list of things, and what I understood from the devs is they're moving all microtransactions from Path of Exile 1 into Path of Exile 2. That is one of the biggest W's I've ever heard in a game. Like, that is so freaking awesome. Everything that you bought microtransaction wise, it's all cosmetic stuff. It's not like it's pay to win. It's all it's all cosmetic. It's pets, it's hideout stuff, it's armor effects, it's wings, it's, you know, footstep paths. It's like all that stuff they're moving into Path of Exile 2 from PoE 1, which is just so freaking awesome. Okay, so this is just a giant list. I'm not going to read them all, but it's incredible. There were also a handful of changes we didn't quite get ready in time for this patch, but we were getting them ready as soon as they're ready. I mean, that's insane, the amount of stuff that they changed right now. Una song still won't play it correctly. Oh, that sucks. They were talking about how that they were going to fix this. Addable multiple respawns and other pinnacle content. Okay. The Arbiter of Ash is included, but we didn't get around to the other ones. Okay. And the map stash tabs. Everyone wants the stash tabs. All right, well, that's huge dub. Huge dub. I don't think the uniques make any difference for people in the end game. Maybe there was like one or two that might have actually be viable. The painter's gloves and the one of the poison ones, and also the gloves that do 50% like increased crit damage. Like, that's pretty huge. But overall, huge dub. I love the towers. Hopefully they've made them feel more worth exploring and doing. I am excited about this. I actually haven't checked if the patch is out. The patch is not out yet. So Path of Exile 2, I think the patch drops tomorrow. Today is Thursday. At the time of recording this, it is I don't know the exact date. Thursday the 16th. So yeah, they said Friday the 17th this will be dropping. So I'm excited. I'm excited for these changes. Hopefully it doesn't break the game and people can play. Path of Exile 2 is trending. It's doing really well. I'm really happy for them because the game really is incredible. So hope you enjoyed. Enjoy your patch notes when they drop for your game. I hope you get all the divine orbs to drop for you. All right, I'll see y'all next time. It's Commodore out.